Hi everyone, good morning. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Please let me know if I'm audible and visible. I should be. I should be audible as well as visible very, very clearly. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we doing? I hope all of you are doing great. Let me know. Let me know how you are. We are going to discuss two very important theories today and we are going to discuss the perception of sound in general. आज हम sound perception discuss करेंगे जैसे हमने कल color perception discuss किया था. ठीक है, आज की क्लास छोटी सी होगी. It's going to be really quick, it's going to be really short and very very quickly we're going to understand sound perception. ठीक है, we'll wait for others to join in as well. I hope all of you are doing great. I'm really excited to discuss all of this with you. Let's get started. चलो, गुड मॉर्निंग गुड मॉर्निंग गुड मॉर्निंग. बताइए कैसे हैं सब? गुड ओनली. It's quite cold here. How is it wherever you are? Cold, not cold? Not cold? Okay. All right. Chalo, let's get started. So I'm Hafsa Malik. I am the top educator for psychology on NTA UGC-NET platform of Unacademy. And I want to share everything I know with all of you so that everybody can have access to quality education. Let's get started. This is a little bit about me. You can pause and आप देख सकते हैं अगर आपको देखना है. पहली बात, how do we hear sound? Okay. Now we have done the auditory pathway. I've done it in multiple free classes as well. आप वो बस गूगल कर सकते हैं या यूट्यूब पे टाइप कर सकते हैं वो आ जाएगा. If you'd like me to cover it again, I will cover it again for you. Now here, this is your pinna or your outer ear. ठीक है? This is how our ear looks on the inside. ये आपका ear है, ear की anatomy है, तो functioning कैसे होती है और sound कैसे आता है और वो transform कैसे होता है, पहले हम ये देखेंगे. So can I say that sound energy is also a physical energy? क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि sound energy भी एक physical तरह की energy होती है? Right? Sound is generally present in terms of decibel and it is also present in terms of hertz. Hertz में हम sound को measure करते हैं और decibel में measure करते हैं. Decibel का 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 is a lot, right? Whereas hertz we are capable of hearing or perceiving from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. है ना? Hertz actually represents the frequency, cycles per second. ये क्या होता है मैं आपको break down करके बताऊंगी. And decibel is the loudness that we perceive, actually the amplitude of the wave. ठीक है? तो ये क्या होता है जो loudness हम perceive करते हैं. ठीक है? All right. Now clearly these are physical properties of sound. क्या हम physical stimuli ऐसे ही understand करते हैं? Are we going to understand physical stimuli as it is? Or do we need to transduce them? क्या हम physical stimuli ऐसे ही understand करते हैं या क्या हमें इन्हें transform करना है वही electrochemical energy में जैसे हमने कल किया? We have to transform it into electrochemical energy. Is that correct? Absolutely. Electro for the action potentials and chemical for the neurotransmission. क्योंकि हमें ये information न्यूरॉन के अंदर से भी भेजनी है और फिर एक न्यूरॉन से दूसरे न्यूरॉन को भी भेजनी है जब तक ये आपके ऑडिटरी कॉर्टेक्स तक ना पहुंचे. ओके, दिस इंफॉर्मेशन हैज टू गो टू आवर ऑडिटरी कॉर्टेक्स इन द ब्रेन इन द टेम्पोरल लोब. All right, therefore it has to be transformed and this transformation is known as transduction, the conversion of our receptor cells of physical energy into electrochemical energy so that we may understand. So you may understand Vivaldi's Four Seasons, Beethoven's Symphony, and experience beautiful music and the chirping of the birds and all of that. ठीक है, हम करना चाहते हैं ना experience. इस वजह से क्या करते हैं हम transduce करते हैं energy. All right, okay, wonderful. Let's track the pathway of the sound as well. अगर ये हमारे ऑडिटरी कॉर्टेक्स तक पहुंचना है साउंड, if the sound actually has to reach the auditory cortex, from where is it going to go? So you have your outer ear right till the tympanic membrane. आपका tympanic membrane तक external ear या outer ear हम मानते हैं, right? So you have your outer ear या pinna जो आप देखते हैं. Then there is the auditory canal. नाउ साउंड्स फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग सिंपली कॉज वाइब्रेशन, ठीक है। हमारे लिए जो साउंड्स आते हैं हम उन्हें डेसिबल और हर्ट्ज में परसीव नहीं करते, हम फ्रीक्वेंसी, लाउडनेस सब कुछ सिर्फ ऐसे समझते हैं वाइब्रेशंस के थ्रू। Vibrations fall onto our eardrum और our tympanic membrane। आपका eardrum आपका tympanic membrane है और इसी पे वाइब्रेशन स्टार्ट होती हैं। जितना इंटेंस साउंड उतनी इंटेंस वाइब्रेशंस, और ये वाइब्रेशंस कैरी फॉरवर्ड होती हैं। ओके, लेट मी रिपीट दिस इन इंग्लिश। We do not understand frequency and amplitude as frequency and amplitude. Both of them for us, even the timbre of the sound, what they are, I will explain to you in depth. All of it we understand only in terms of vibrations. Okay, we only understand in terms of vibrations. So depending on the intensity of the sound, it's going to cause vibrations into the eardrum, and that is going to pass on to the middle ear, and that is also going to pass on to the inner ear. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे ये जो वाइब्रेशन आपके ईयर ड्रम में होगी, जो आपके आउटर ईयर का लास्ट वाला पोर्शन है, वो पास ऑन होगी आपके ऑसिकल्स पे। द मिडल ईयर एक्चुअली कंटेन्स ossicles, and these ossicles are simply three bones, three smallest bones of your body. Malleus, incus, stapes. इसको hammer, anvil, stirrup ही कहते हैं. Hammer, anvil, and where did it go? Stirrup, the last one. Okay? Mm. Okay. This is attached to the oval window. आप देखेंगे the oval window onwards is actually your inner ear. आपका oval window जो यहाँ पे start होता है, ये आपका inner ear यहाँ पे start. Okay, so far what are we doing? We are simply taking vibrations and we are pushing them forward. हम simply वो vibrations जो हमें eardrum से यहाँ पे भी मिली, वही हम middle ear के through हम यही push forward कर रहे हैं, यही vibration, right? And then particularly this is our cochlea, ये जो folded हिस्सा है आपका, circle, circle, circle. I don't want to call it a cinnamon roll, that's a little gross. But if you've ever had a croissant or a cinnamon roll, ऐसे ही होता है ना? So it's just rolled up, what do I say? It's a rolled up structure. ठीक है? Later we will see what it would look like unfolded. Now the cochlea contains the basilar membrane. और basilar membrane पे there is something known as the organ of Corti. Okay? And this organ of Corti actually has millions of hair cells. ये जो organ of Corti होता है ना, इसमें छोटे 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 hair cells होते हैं millions के quantity में, ठीक है? तो होता क्या है? It is this very vibration that will come and that will sort of sway and bend the hair cells. तो ये जो vibration आती है यहाँ से, जो आपके outer ear से carry forward हो गई है, यहाँ पे fall होगी आपके organ of Corti के hair cells पे, और वो hair cells bend हो जाएंगे। जितना वो bend हो जाएंगे उतना strong sound आ रहा है, ठीक है? तो यहीं पे ये जो hair cells होती हैं actually वही transduce करती हैं। The hair cells are the receptors here, and they will transduce. Transduction is performed by the hair cells. Okay? How beautiful, how interesting. So this is how sounds are converted into meaning, or this is how sounds are perceived. Of course, ये यहाँ पे ही perceive नहीं होगा. Information is going to go through the thalamus, है ना? Medial geniculate nucleus यहाँ पे आपका काम करेगा of the thalamus, and then it will go to the auditory cortex, right? Okay, wonderful. I will explain the properties of sound to you if this is clear. अगर ये आपके लिए clear है तो इसके बाद मैं आपको properties of sound पढ़ाऊँ. All right, great, wonderful. Clear, ma'am. Clear, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, now let's understand properties of sound just like we understood properties of color. जैसे कल हमने properties of color को understand किया, आज हम properties of sound understand करेंगे, ठीक है? तो पहला है कि मोस्टली हम फ्रीक्वेंसी के तौर पे साउंड्स अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. ओके, वन वेरी कॉमन प्रॉपर्टी इज द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द साउंड. फ्रीक्वेंसी एक्चुअली मीन्स साइकिल्स पर सेकेंड. ये जो आप एक डाउन वाली वेव देख रहे हैं और ये ऊपर वाली वेव देख रहे हैं, आप देख रहे हैं एक पूरा साइकिल है. ये कितने एक सेकेंड में होते हैं, दैट इज फ्रीक्वेंसी. ओके, so the greater the frequency means the greater the number of cycles. Cycle इतना बड़ा होना जरूरी नहीं है. This is also a cycle. ये जो छोटा 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 हो रहा है, this is also a cycle. So can I say the smaller the cycle, the greater the frequency? क्या हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं जितना छोटा sound, like the chirping of a bird, the greater the frequency, बार 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 जो sound repeat होता है उसमें high होगी frequency. मैं यहाँ पे लिख देती हूँ आपके लिए chirping of bird, जो bird sound करते हैं ना. Got it? Okay, wonderful. Very, very good. Now, this is known as hertz, and we perceive the frequency as pitch. हम frequency understand नहीं करते, हम as pitch perceive करते. Pitch is nothing but the perception of the frequency of the sound. तो आपको confuse होने की जरूरत नहीं है. Can I say that frequency is a physical property? ये हमने इससे पहले भी डिस्कस किया है प्रीवियस स्लाइड में कि फ्रीक्वेंसी जो है ये फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी है, इसकी परसेप्शन पिच है. ठीक है, पिच इज समथिंग दैट वी अंडरस्टैंड, फ्रीक्वेंसी इज द फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द साउंड. ऑलराइट, ग्रेट, वंडरफुल. नाउ व्हाट इज द वेव लेंथ? कैन आई से जितनी बड़ी वेव, एम्पलीट्यूड इज नथिंग बट द वेव लेंथ. Or amplitude here that you see basically is how tall and how long the wave is. That's basically it. है ना, कि बेस से कितनी ऊपर जाती है वेव. Yes. All right. Wonderful. Then can I say that the longer the wave, right, the larger the cycle, the larger the amplitude. एम्पलीट्यूड ये कहता है कि बेस पॉइंट से जीरो से आपकी वेव कितनी बड़ी है. अ कंटिन्यूअस लार्ज साउंड लाइक एन ओपेरा सिंगर और लाइक द रोर ऑफ अ लायन. लायन जो रोर करता है ना वो सिंगल क्राई होती है ना, एंड वो बड़ी सी होती है, एंड इट लास्ट फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम कंपेयर टू द फ्रीक्वेंसी, नॉट डेज एंड डेज, राइट. बट तो यहाँ पे कैन आई से देयरफॉर amplitude and frequency are going to have an inverse relationship. Amplitude is simply the length of the wave. मतलब जितनी बड़ी wave उतना ज्यादा amplitude. Yeah. Yeah, can I say that? Okay, great. So I can say that frequency and wavelength or frequency and amplitude have an inverse relationship. Questions ऐसे आते हैं, frequency या pitch and क्या कहते हैं loudness are unrelated. That's not true. That's not true. Loudness is determined by amplitude, whereas pitch is determined by frequency. अगर frequency और amplitude inverse relationship में है या frequency और wavelength inverse relationship में है, फिर क्या होता है? That means there is a relationship. There is definitely a relationship between different properties of the sound. All right, great, wonderful. Now here, what else do we have? We also have a third property which is known as the timbre. Okay, यहाँ पे तीसरी property है जो timbre we call it. Now this is simply the quality of a sound. That just means that the sound of one object or one animal is different from another. It's not particularly melodious sound, timbre. It just means that there is difference in quality of sound. ठीक है? Timbre का मतलब है कि quality of sound में difference. One sound and another sound. Like the shutting of a door is different from a bird chirping, is different from you driving a car, is different from you listening to a music. That's all. Nature क्या है sound का? Where does it come? That's all. All right. So especially between the wavelength and the frequency, there is a close relationship. They are inversely related. All right. Wonderful. If we are clear here, please. If we are clear here, please let me know. All right, wonderful, great, great, chalo. All right. I do teach on Unacademy for those of you who would like to subscribe and come join my classes. Currently, we have 20% off. Code is Hafsa Malik. Okay? Just giving you a heads up. Okay. आप यहाँ पे चेक कर सकते हो. You can pause later and you can check. There is plus subscription also, iconic also. It's totally up to you. Just make sure to use the code if you do subscribe to my classes. Now let's come to two important theories of hearing. जैसे कल हमने color perception की theories देखी, आज हम दो theories देखेंगे hearing की. All right? Okay. Now Hermann von Helmholtz, the same person, from which theory of color vision? From which theory of color vision? Ma'am, timbre will be physical and quality will be psychological. Timbre is the perception of quality. Timbre is not a physical property. Like pitch and loudness are not physical properties. This is psychological property. ठीक है? तो psychological dimensions or psychological properties of sound are loudness, pitch and timbre. So loudness is also psychological. It is the psychological perception of the amplitude. है ना? Loudness is the perception of amplitude, pitch is the perception of frequency, and timbre is the perception of quality. So, timbre in itself is a psychological property, it is not a physical property. Chalo, very, very good. The trichromatic theory of vision, Young Helmholtz theory. Absolutely. So, Hermann von Helmholtz, what did he do over here? He said that place theory, actually, isko kehte hain, this is known as the place theory of hearing. What does it say? तो हेल्महोल्ट्ज ने सिर्फ इतना कहा कि देखो पर्टिकुलर प्लेस जो हमारे कोक्लिया का होता है वो पर्टिकुलर साउंड एक्साइट करता है. दैट मीन्स इफ इट्स अ हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड लाइक 20,000 हर्ट्ज, इट्स गोइंग टू एक्साइट द बेस ऑफ द कोक्लिया, एंड जो अंदर का एरिया है एपेक्स ऑफ द कोक्लिया, ओके, विच इज मोर व्हाट डू आई से, he didn't actually say this, he simply said that different places in the membrane will respond to different frequencies. हर्मन वॉन हेल्महोल्ट्ज की अगर आप थ्योरी पढ़ेंगे, इन्होंने सिर्फ कहा कि अलग अलग जगहें जो होंगी आपके कोक्लिया की वो अलग अलग साउंड्स को परसीव करेंगी और वो अलग अलग फ्रीक्वेंसी के साउंड्स को परसीव करेंगी. ओके. And then George von Bekesi in 1957 elaborated on this theory, tested this theory. इन्होंने काफी मॉडल्स बनाए ईयर के, and इन्होंने टेस्ट किया again and again to actually verify Hermann von Helmholtz theory. तो हेल्महोल्ट्ज की थ्योरी को वेरीफाई करने के लिए इन्होंने काफी सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स कैरी आउट किए, एंड देन ही फाउंड पर्टिकुलरली दैट द बेस, ओके, द बेस इज गुड फॉर हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड. Can I say that the base is the area which is attached to the middle ear? ये वो एरिया है जो मिडिल ईयर के बाद ही आता है, बिल्कुल आउटर पोर्शन कोक्लिया का. आई विल शो यू वंस अगेन. एंड जो सबसे अंदर का एरिया है, द इनर मोस्ट एरिया ऑफ द कोक्लिया, जॉर्ज वॉन बेकेसी सेड इज मोस्ट सुटेबल फॉर परसीविंग लो फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड. ये देखो आप 200 हर्ट्ज, वेरी वेरी लो. Okay, all right. That is actually about it, right? He says that there are hair cells associated with each place, right, which are going to carry forward to the auditory nerve fibers. But there are specific frequencies which are going to excite specific areas on your cochlea. तो हर्मन वॉन हेल्महोल्ट्ज ने क्या कहा था? उन्होंने सिर्फ ये कहा था कि हो सकता है या ऐसा है कि अलग अलग फ्रीक्वेंसीज अलग अलग एरियाज ऑफ कोक्लिया को एक्साइट करती हैं. कौन से एरिया, उन्होंने ये नहीं कहा. फिर जॉर्ज वॉन बेकेसी ने इस पे और काम करके क्या बताया कि हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड्स विल गो वेयर. ना इफ वी हैव द अनफोल्डेड कोक्लिया, अगर आप कोक्लिया को स्ट्रेट रख दें, उसको अनफोल्ड कर दें, ठीक है, इफ यू ओपन इट अप, then what happens, this is the base, right? And what is the base good for? आउटर एरिया जो कोक्लिया का होता है, ये किस चीज किस फ्रीक्वेंसी के लिए अच्छा है? Perceiving what kind of frequencies? Perceiving what kind of frequencies? Perceiving high frequencies. He has even given 20,000 hertz, right? 15, 18, 20,000 hertz. And the apex is, according to him, good for low frequencies, even around 200 hertz. Okay? All right. Chalo. ठीक है. Yeah? High frequency. Now what we need to understand over here is कि हर theory 100% correct नहीं होती है ना? Not every theory can be 100% correct. Yes, absolutely. Now this has been verified. This claim has been verified. And there is proof for this. But there is not a lot of proof about the apex being able to perceive low frequency sound. मैं हिंदी में रिपीट करती हूँ. देखिए जो हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड्स की परसेप्शन यहाँ पे है इसके लिए काफी साइंटिफिक प्रूफ है, लेकिन जो लो फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड्स का परसेप्शन है यहाँ पे इसके लिए हमारे पास काफी साइंटिफिक प्रूफ नहीं है. तो हम ये मानते हैं कि ये थ्योरी हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड्स की परसेप्शन को बेटर एक्सप्लेन करता है. ओके, so we believe that the place theory, George von Beckesy's place theory, helps us explain or is useful for the perception of high frequency sounds. Okay, for explaining the perception of high frequency sounds. Please remember this. This is very, very important and please note this down as well. ये आप note down करें, ये बहुत बहुत important है. ठीक है? Okay? Yes, ma'am. हाँ जी, बोलो. Tell me, Ankita. Are we good to go? I hope we are good to go. Let me know if there are any doubts. Then we'll move on to the frequency theory. ये YouTube न्यू चैनल है, ये मेरा है ना. This is my YouTube. All right, one channel. You did not notice the difference so far, Ankita. आपने difference notice नहीं किया. So cute. चलो ठीक है. Then we have the frequency theory. This is actually a very, very old theory, but later it was actually updated by others also. Rin and Rutherford. Rutherford ने इसको update किया था 1880 में, और फिर इनके followers ने भी इस theory को update किया and update करते गए. Alright, now here we are saying that it's nonsense that a particular place is going to vibrate. Depending on the fact that, see, here we transduce energy and we actually carry forward graded potentials. ठीक है? जब हम यहाँ पे neural transmission करते हैं ना, we carry forward graded potentials. And from the beginning itself, how the information is received is also in terms of graded potential. क्या उसका मतलब है कि जितनी vibration उतनी stimulation? Can I say that? So the frequency theory of hearing says कि अगर आपका 60 hertz जितना frequency है तो वो उतना ही excite करेगा, but it's going to excite the whole basilar membrane to differing quantities. Okay, मतलब 60 hertz and 600 hertz. Two sounds are going to excite our membrane differently, लेकिन पूरा membrane vibrate होगा. To what extent depends on the sound. ठीक है? Okay. All right. So here the brain reads pitch by monitoring the frequency completely. तो ये frequency theory है, ये frequency पे ज़्यादा ध्यान देती है. In the earlier theory, we are combining the perception of amplitude and the perception of pitch. Ideally, how our ear actually perceives is the combination of all three. हम timbre, pitch और loudness, vibration के through ही perceive करते हैं. There is no, हम separate नहीं करते, combined होता है. Anyway, all right. चलो ठीक है. मैम मैंने 1 month मैं क्लास ले रही हूँ, आपको बहुत मिस किया. क्यों अंकिता, आप कहाँ थे? लास्ट टाइम आई स्पोक टू यू, यू वर नॉट वेल. आर यू बेटर नाउ? Okay. Now the whole basilar membrane vibrates with the incoming sound wave. We are very clear about that as well. Alright? Triggering neural impulses. It is saying the moment a sound comes in, quickly we form volleys or cell assemblies. Okay, it is saying we form cell assemblies or we form volleys. Sometimes this is also coincided with the volley theory of hearing. Okay, क्योंकि एक साथ सारी सेल्स जो कान की हैं वो फायर नहीं कर सकती ना. All of the hair cells or all of the receptors or all of them cannot exchange information at the same time, no? And if you even have action potentials which you need to carry forward to take forward the information, can all of it be perceived at once? Because if there is no specific place, that means the whole basilar membrane has to vibrate every time a sound comes in. And अगर high frequency sound है, तो वो हम कैसे फिर perceive करें? Gets a little dodgy, gets a little complicated. Okay, all right. Therefore, this theory is best for the perception of low frequency sound. ये theory भी सही है, गलत नहीं है, लेकिन ये लो फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड को बेटर एक्सप्लेन करता है अप टू 4000 हर्ट्ज. उससे ज्यादा हम यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते इस थ्योरी से, क्योंकि मैंने आपको फिर से कहा 100 waves per second से 100 neurons cannot fire, or one neuron cannot fire 100 waves per second or 100 action potentials per second, right? And if it is a high frequency sound, then every neuron would have to fire at a very, very high, unrealistic rate in order for us to carry forward the sound. And therefore, we have cell assemblies which will basically take turns. जैसे soldiers लेते हैं ना, war में, they take turns to fire and then another line comes forward and then another line comes forward. Now the volley theory says that we have cell assemblies who go on to fire one by one. That is also fine. But given the high frequency will require a lot more action potentials and a lot more neural transmissions than is possible at a single time. Therefore, ये theory low frequency का perception अच्छे से explain करता है, लेकिन ये हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड्स को का परसेप्शन अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाता. ओके, प्लीज आस्क इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स, अदरवाइज वी आर डन. यस मैम, आई एम गुड. मैम बीएड की एग्जाम, ओके. ओहो, ओके अंकिता, आई एम ग्लैड यू आर डन. You can ask, guys. This is actually a really cool theory as well, and these theories are short, but they are very, very important for all entrance exams. आप जो भी entrance exam लिखोगे is going to be quite important. Clear, ma'am. My HOD told us that we don't see from our eyes and neither we hear from ears. We thought तो क्यों है ये सब, ऐसा क्यों है? वो आपने चलो ठीक. Yeah, always remember, sensation is not perception. The meaningful interpretation is done by the brain, not by our sensory organs, है ना? लेकिन यहाँ पे receptor कौन सा है, क्या important है, वो सब आपको समझ. Place theory explains high frequency and frequency theory. Absolutely, Inshira. Very, very good. Harshika, ma'am, place theory में high frequency and free. Absolutely. अरे यार, कितने smart हो आप लोग. Very, very good. Very, very good. And with that, I hope you have a great day ahead. I will see you many, many times in the day. I will see you at 5 p.m., then at 7:30, and tomorrow you will have a well-being Wednesdays up. So look forward to it. And then on Thursday, 11 a.m., we will do all of our neuropsychological tests, which is going to be a marathon class. अच्छे से get your breakfast, get your snacks. I think that I might start at 10:30 itself. वो शायद मैं 10:30 को ही करूंगी, क्योंकि वो 12 बजे तक चलेगा. ठीक है? तो I'll keep that at 10:30 on Thursday. Come here every day at 11 a.m. and watch a new video Monday to Friday. If you like my classes, share, like, subscribe, let other people know as well, so that they can benefit from the content as well. And if you like the class, please give it an upvote so that I understand if I'm doing well. Leave your suggestions, anything that you would want me to. I'm currently planning for October. मैं अक्टूबर के लिए प्लान कर रही हूँ, तो आपको जो भी चाहिए आप कमेंट्स में डाल दो, नहीं तो you can message me here. If you can message me here, then please message and send your requests across. All right, you can leave them in the group also. Chalo guys, have a great day. I'm going to end the class here. Thank you so much. Bye bye.